Hello, hello, everybody. What is going on? I hope y'all are doing well. Give me half a second. Verify sound. All right, good. Sound is awesome. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Hopefully, I can take these headphones off. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? AJay the CEO here. Thank you so much for joining me where we do our Q&As every Friday. And guess what, folks? We are one Q&A away from doing this for an entire year. That's awesome. Thank y'all so much for joining. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the support, love, everything like that. I really appreciate it. Let's get the normal YouTube stuff out of the way. Please make sure you hit that like, subscribe button if you haven't, and have the notification bell hit. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos. YouTube loves it when you hit that like button early because it helps notify more people about what's going on here. What else going on? If you haven't, please make sure you join the Facebook group. It's like this every single day with media. Now we're totaling 2,400 media ministries from all over the world where we're coming together and sharing knowledge that we can to help impact and empower everybody all over the place, because we're not in competition with each other, folks. We are here to complement each other. If I do not get to your question, know that you can always hit me up at questions@ajhomes.com. And thankfully, excitingly, we have recently hired a business executive assistant, Miss D. Johnson. Thank you so much. You're probably going to be starting to hear from her when you start emailing me, especially if you do consultations. They're probably going to be going to her to try and schedule out some stuff, because I'm bringing on some folks with the team, because we're getting big, folks. We just hit 40,000 subscribers about 2 days ago. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And what else? Oh, let's get this out the way, folks. Guess what? We're getting close to the e-conference. Registration is open. It is back to $75. Really cheap to have 2 days, a bunch of classes. We're in the process of knocking out. Me, Mark, Jaleel, and Josh met with Faith Network. They are designing the website, the conference platform, to where you will be attending classes, your sessions, the keynotes, as well as that's where everything will be on demand, that you can, once you pay for your ticket, if you pay, you can go to the 24th, you can go to the 31st, but you can also watch everything for an entire year. If you aren't able to attend a class, you can always go back to it and research it. Also, backed by popular demand, because not backed by popular demand, but because of popular demand, we've also added a donation site option on the page, because a lot of people said that they believe in the cause, and I'm humbled by this, to be quite honest. They want to be able to assist. So if you want to, do I got my super source set right? I think so. There you go. If you come up here, you can go to donate here at emissionaryconference.com, and you can donate. Honestly, the best way is donate a ticket to somebody else to come and join, or you can set a monetary amount if you want to. Again, that is completely optional, but a lot of people have asked me, so that is why it's there. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and jump through and say hello to some folks. DJ Switcher, hello. Francisco, hello. Lanny, hello. Jennifer, hello from South America. Awesome. Samuel, hello. Sandra, hello. Lester, hola. Also, Lester was asking about when the book is. Sorry, it's been delayed because of a whole lot of stuff that's been going on. Please feel free to email me. I will refund anything back to you. If you want your pre-order back, I will let y'all know. Once this conference is over, it's dedicated time to sit down and finish the book. So, hey, you know, it's no commitment, nothing like that. If you want to, just let me know. Miss C Productions, hello. Thank you so much. Streets of Destiny, hello. Carriers of the Covenant Ministries, hello. Who else we got? AJaytheCEO, hello. Advent Flame Media, hello. Mike Fair, hello. Travis, hello. TEWC TV LLM, hello. Danielle, hello. LBJ Films, hello. Mr. Clarence, hello. Parker, hello. Daniel, hello. Brian Jones, Lyle, Carla, Gerard, hello. The Chuck Taylor, hello. Hey, hello everybody. So let's go ahead and let's jump back here and let's go to our first question, shall we? DJ Switcher wants to know what the song is. I'm gonna have to look that up so I can get it to you. I will tag it below just like before. Carriers of the Covenant. The info you put out about the unexpected events yesterday was great. Thank you so much. It's not one of those ideal things you want to put out, but I have not seen anybody talk about it, as well as I didn't expect. If you're a part of the Facebook group, you know what I'm talking about. I never expected something like that to happen, but it made me sit back and think we need to be prepared for a bunch of other stuff. So thank you. I'm glad you got something out of that. And also, back to him, lapel knife straight into the laptop. Is there a way, system device, way to increase strength or speed of audio, as is not how to make adjustments in OBS advanced audio sessions? Honestly, probably the best way, me personally, this is from, I would probably think, get something to where you can boost lapel. So with the lapel mic that you're talking about, is it just a mic that you plug into the computer and there's no other device in between? There's no way to amplify it itself? Kind of like my Rode wireless here. I can amplify these before anything goes into my system. Let me know. Do you have something like that? I'm assuming that you're just talking about just going directly into it. You would have to, there's a way that you can boost it through the software itself in Windows. You would amplify it there, but you got to be careful with that. But let me know. TEWC TV, will you recommend the ATEM Mini Extreme? Well, it all depends what you're going to use it for. I'm using the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO right now. I'm waiting for a call. We got 2 new cameras coming in. One, because we're getting ready to start doing a lot of graduations, live streams and stuff like that. So I am adding right now. I've moved a lot of stuff around. Right now, I'm back to my original camera, my Sony AX53. That's what's here right now. My overhead camera is the ZV-1. I really like that camera, but because been using it for vlogging, then hooking it up, taking the HDMI in, out, it is been having some problems. I don't know if you saw a couple of my videos where the video just blacks out. That's because it's losing the connection, and it's not the ATEM. It's not the cables. It's just constantly removing the plug. So I went old school. I actually got the, let me show you. This is the camera that I ended up getting. This is going to replace my overhead camera. And when I first saw this camera, I really wanted to get it. But thankfully, with all the work we have been doing, we're able to actually get one. And that is, trying to get prepared for it. That is the Blackmagic Micro Cinema camera. That is what I'm going to place right above. That's going to be my top-down camera, and it has a full HDMI in, so I don't have to use adapters and all this other stuff like that. And it's pretty tiny. I don't need a monitor, and I always have to flip my stuff upside down because of the camera placement. But it has a thread right here, so it's going to be tilted upside down, and that's going to be my overhead when I'm doing unboxings and all this other stuff. And my ZV-1 is going to be dedicated for vlogging, so I don't have to worry about keep disconnecting and messing up the HDMI port with it. And this stuff is going to stay stationary. Now, also back to our graduation stuff, I'm going to be taking the Sony AX is with me, but we also, because we're getting ready for sports and stuff like that too, so business, we're getting more equipment because we need it. I ended up getting, instead of a Canon XA55, we ended up getting the Canon G50 4K camcorder. That's going to be our secondary shot, or maybe our primary shot for graduations. But we're developing, with the school season starting back up with sports in September, we're preparing to have 3 teams to live stream different events, and they're all coming to Formation Sports. So we have a selection of 3 games every single Friday or whatever day that we're having. And so we're building this out. So it's going to be an ATEM Mini Pro for each team, a Canon G50 for each team, a mini laptop for each team. So we can have, and we have 2 commentators for every single team. So we're both building that out. So that's the other camera that we're using. I've already installed that in many places, but I'm getting one for myself for Formation Sports, that brand. So that's what's going on. I'm waiting to get a call sometime soon, or FedEx is supposed to be delivering that today. But that's enough of what is going on here. Danielle has a question. Do you find the computer used for the camera live stream has to be a computer dedicated for that use? Will stream fail if you have other activities on the computer? It all depends. Originally, when I was piecemealing stuff together and I was using an FX 8320, it was kind of hard to do anything other than live streaming. But now, especially with the Ryzen 3, but preferably the Ryzen 5 and higher, it is more than enough power to handle the live stream and other stuff. It doesn't have to be. If I had a choice, I would like it to only do live streaming. That way, that's all it has to focus on. But a lot of the systems with the Ryzen 5 1600 that I've been using, it can handle multiple things. So it's not that it has to. It's just most of the time the people I've worked with who are live streaming, they are using kind of an old borrowed system that if they aren't able to upgrade, it's better to let that computer only do live streaming because it's really not built for the live streaming. So you start adding more stuff to it, it gets a little too much for it. So that's the only thing I would think. Lanny, could you discuss a single technician setup and how things like Touch Portal and Stream Deck could help facilitate service recording and streaming? Well, this is an example of this. I have 2 Stream Decks right in front of me. I have the XL right here that's doing all the stuff like this and doing my chat and interacting with vMix. I have my other Stream Deck that's on my main computer that helps me with my business as well as video editing. And I have everything ran through here. So I can run everything at my church. Because again, like I told a lot of people before, this wasn't built as a YouTube studio. What I have here is a miniature version of what I promote to churches to do their media ministry and live streaming. That's the example of what I have. So to your question, everything that I do in my setup is for a one-man show that can translate to a live stream for a church. So this is the setup. So Touch Portal I have not personally used, but it's similar to the Stream Deck. It makes it really simple. Whether you're using vMix, whether you're using OBS, you can have that configured, have the Stream Deck be right in front of you, and you can do all the navigation. If you have PTZs, you can actually hook the controls up to the Stream Deck as well too, and make it really, really easy just for a one-man show to run. I'm doing that for graduations, doing it for football games, doing it for churches, doing it for weddings, doing it for, you get the idea. So yes, I need to do an updated video with my layout, but that's exactly how my system is meant for churches, but for anything. So hopefully that helps. LBJ, how do I get my stream through Restream for the ATEM Mini Pro? I'm not exactly understanding that question. I'm guessing you're wondering how to get the stuff on there. It should be straightforward. So if I come over here to show you my setup, so let's maximize this. If you were streaming, close all of this. I need to get back to that, my super source. If you were doing your output, your stream, you would just go over here and just do your restream and just put your stuff in. So if you're not seeing this, make sure you have the most recent software. And how do you get your stream through Restream? I mean, you just got to copy the code and paste it in here. If you're not seeing a Restream option here, again, I think it's because you most likely don't have the most up-to-date version of the software. Or you can look at the video on how you can edit this yourself and add it in there. But the most recent firmware and software for the ATEM adds Restream there. So it should be pretty straightforward to do that. Thank y'all so much for the intros and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to really do my traditional intro anymore because I've been doing a lot of installs. And for those who are asking, yes, I know I'm doing a lot of on-sites and designs and installs because that's just where everybody is right now. I unfortunately have been lapsing behind some stuff. I have over here a video I need to get to is YOLO Live sent me their another YOLO box, and they did a firmware update that added a whole lot of stuff. I did the video, but it came out kind of messed up, and I needed to re-record it, but I've been installing stuff, so I haven't had a chance. By the time I get home, I pass out. So I'm going to work on that. We also have, I did the video for the emergency stuff for situations in church. What else we got? We got different cameras. We got different products. I'm going to have to go back to Lynchburg again, and hopefully we'll have some people there so we can do the final demo and setup of the AVCAN's AI tracking camera. What else? We got looking forward to going out to Las Vegas in October. We got a lot of stuff going on, folks. I think we got about like 7 more full church installs. So business is good. I am very thankful. We are expanding team. Like I said, I hired an executive business assistant. We have 3 other people coming on board with the company. So we're getting into bigger and better things. I'm actually in talks of hiring a video editor so that it's not me just doing the stuff here. So I'm thankful. God is truly, truly a blessing. Daniel, how do I add lyrics in scripture without the chroma key effect? And please suggest a good software for that. Presenter by Worship Extreme is very simple. You don't need to do chroma. If you're doing, well, I need to know what software are you using to stream. I have tons of videos on that, but I need the detail. Worship Extreme, Presenter by Worship Extreme is completely free. I have tons of videos on how to do that, whether it be through OBS or through a switcher. But I need to know what software you're using to stream to fully answer that question. Let's see. What page are we on? This page? All right. Thank y'all so much. Loud, no problem. Thank you so much. Hello again from Stuttgart, Germany. Adam, last night you posted the emergency video. I'd like to share the thought to not show the live views of the sanctuary. Don't show a wolf where the sheep are. True. Yeah, it's a mixture of it. So, you know, there are some situations where you don't want to do it. This is not saying that it has to be done this way. We just need to have contingencies in case of anything. So in that type of situation, if you're not showing the congregation, that's true. But then you might turn into a situation where you might have to do it to record if something happens. So, I mean, it's all about just being prepared because we just don't know. And it's about being ready at any given moment to do what we typically don't do, record what we typically don't record because you just never know. But I appreciate it. Hello, Reverend AJay. Thank y'all so much again. Clarence, yes, actually, yes, you can. If you do that, because we capture and know where the donation is coming from, just follow it up with an email and just say it, and then we can do whatever, because it's a donation from y'all. Y'all can, we will put it to get use, or if you give us a direction on how to use it, we'll use it the way y'all tell it to us to. So really appreciate it. All right, so if you're going to just a straight mic, let's cut back over to the computer here and let's see what we can show you. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. If you are using just your regular sound, so if I come over here, go to our sound settings and go to our sound control panel. And where did it open it to? Oh, it opened it behind my screen here. I didn't see it. So you can come in here to recordings and say, like, here's the Black Magic one. You can come in here to properties, and then you can set your levels here, which will give you another boost inherently just on that. But you have to be very, very, very careful with that. You don't want it to go too over the top, but that will give you an extra boost there. And the way I went to that is you can't see it on this screen, but I'm right clicking on my little speaker on the taskbar beside the clock, go to open sound settings, and then go to sound control panel. That's how I got to that. And I don't know why it keeps opening it on this other screen, but that's how I got to that. That's another way you can give it a little boost there. T-Pocket wants to know, what is the setup for graduations and sport games and other events? Honestly, it is my Acer laptop, which is in my bag, that is fast enough to live stream. I gave away my ATEM Mini Pro, so I have an ATEM Mini just for switching. I use one camera, but this time I'm actually going to use two. But for sporting events, I just have one camera that has a very good zoom on a tripod, controlled through a Lank remote. I have it on a tripod, obviously. I have a 15-foot HDMI cable plugged into my ATEM Mini. I have that same laptop that's live streaming running OBS, and I have it looped into the ATEM where it's capturing my scoreboard software that in OBS, actually not in OBS, in the ATEM, I'm doing a DSK that overlays that over top of the live video, and I'm live streaming over internet if it's there available over a wired connection, or I beam internet in there, or I use my phone as a hotspot. That's all I use. And then when we have commentators, we have a little mixer. Actually, no, we have two headphones with mics that I plug directly into the ATEM mic 1 and 2 jacks. That's how I can capture their voice. And I lower the ambient mic that's coming in from the sporting event so that the commentators are over it, but you can still hear the game. That is my setup. I have a video that talks about that where I was doing one at Prince George High School this past year. We've been streaming for them for 2 years. I'm officially under a contract this past year. We're hoping to renew that again this year, but we're doing their graduation. That's the exact same setup that we're doing. And my executive business assistant, this is Dee. This is the one that we brought her on, and she was helping to get me organized. So thank you, Dee. Francisco, recently I started migrating my home network hardware over to Unify hardware, and I love it. I'll be adding another Unify access point and Unify switch. Awesome. Because there is all of my Unify stuff right there. There's the Flex UAP. I got another one right on the desk here. Got a 24-port switch, a UDM Pro, and I have a bunch of mini switches all through my apartment. Oh, and I also have some Access Unify security cameras. So again, the same stuff that I'm installing at other churches, I use myself, even in my apartment. Let's see. Daniel, what is going on, sir? What's happening, family? Please pardon my tardiness. No problem, man. Hey, Daniel, what's the deal, man? You said you want me to come out there to Chicago. What's going on? I need some details, man. I need to put you on the calendar. Carla, St. Timothy, NBC, Methodist Baptist Church, I'm assuming. Do you have a link to the computer you just mentioned for live streaming? Can we see your stream deck? If the cable can reach, sure. This is the one that I have just for my computer right now. That's where I have so what I have it set for right now, that's for the ATEM, DaVinci Resolve, QuickBooks, Zoom, turning on my lights. So if I do this, and of course, there it goes. Now my lights turn off that I have for here. Then I have other profiles. And this is a new one because Stream Deck just updated to version 5. This shows my subscriber count right there. So yay. I can program it to do more stuff. and then the other one, I don't think I'm going to be able to stretch this one. Or did I add a longer cable? I think this is as far. So this is the XL that I have that's running everything right now. All of my stuff here. So these are all the commands for me to do everything. So if I do hello right here, you're going to see a hello in the chat from there. So yeah, so those are the ones, and I have a mini that's on the floor in the other room. I just don't use it right now. That's the one I take with me to football games. No, the Stream Deck that I have right here in front of me is the one that I normally have with games. No, I'm thinking, I forgot. Because we're doing everything through the ATEM now, I actually do take the mini with me to the games to make it easier, because everything else I'm controlling through an iPad. So hopefully that helps. Lanny again. That helps a lot. I have one PC and I'm going to be running PowerPoint for the Sanctuary, recording voice via app and recording video for stream through OBS, trying to find out ways to keep it simple. Yeah, the Stream Deck right here, I have all those commands directly there. So for example, if I remote in to my church, I will show you how I have their stuff set up. So let's remote Chrome desktop, go to our live streaming system. Let's log in here real quick. So the Stream Deck, and I'm waiting for it to open up. So this is, well, while that's coming up, I'll show y'all the specs on the system. This is the same specs of the systems that I build. So I'm not just messing with people and just telling them about stuff that we don't use. So 16 gigs of memory, a Ryzen 5 1600. Got a couple of hard drives because I had some left over. So we got a 240, which really needs to be moved, but we don't really use it except for streaming. And then I had another 500 gig right there. What else do we have? So on our Stream Deck here, here's our initial profile that gives us access to everything that's needed. This is how they shut the computer off. But then if I go to the OBS profile, here are our scenes pre-live. We have funeral, recording. There's a record button if we wanted to record. Our go live is there. So and there's the technical difficulties one that I recently added. Based off of that last video, and I need to make the assets available so that anybody can get to it. So that's all it is. It just has some music there, technical difficulties, and here are all our scenes that I have everything set up for. So if I can come over here, do our pre-live will take us to this countdown here that I need to redo, because I redid this. And then the company keeps hitting me with copyright strikes for this song, even though I bought a license from them. So I'm about ready to move to something else because that's annoying. I paid for your license and you're still getting me strikes when I bought the license from you. That just shows that their system is broke. They should have some type of system in place that if I buy a license from you, I am whitelisted to say that you don't need to keep hitting me with stuff because I bought the daggone license from you. But anyway, for everybody at our church, they come into the computer, it shows this, they hit the OBS one, boom, OBS opens up. Once OBS opens up, the Stream Deck automatically jumps over to this command console. So we have pre-live, that starts the service. ATEM is where we're pulling from the live video. If we want to do online giving, that does a lower third over top with live of giving options. And we don't really use the offering like that. Be Right Back is almost like technical difficulties, but this is if we had our praise dancers and they're playing music that we don't own the rights to. Ending, it just ends the live stream. Thank you for watching. And then the other one that we just added, like I said, is technical difficulties, something like that, that I don't show anything, so that's all that is. So hopefully that helps. Let me log up out of here. So I hope that helps. T-Pocket wants to know, do you use any Apple products like phones, iPads? I didn't. If not, how come? Just wondering. I have an iPad. I personally, being in the computer field for a long time, I just don't like Apple products because it kind of limits what I want to do. I want to be able to change my stuff at any point in time. And back in the day, you couldn't really do that. Or if you did, it was marked up to high heaven for no reason. And that's just why I don't use it. I do have an iPad for certain software. It only works with that, like the Live Score app for football games and stuff like that I do. It only works on the iPad. That's the only thing they wrote it for. So that's the main reason why I bought the iPad, for that. If we go to some other digital boards, the iPad can work with that, but I'm not an iPhone person, really not interested in one. That's all. Dylan, hey, what's up? No problem with being late. Thank you for joining. Oh, yeah, Mike, thank you for the shout out. Mike and Francisco's wife, Rosalind, are leading an intercessory prayer team to pray for our conference. I mean, hey, we just don't fake this Christian stuff. We believe it. And I really appreciate that on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. or Thursdays at noon, there's prayer for the conference. And I really appreciate it because we're doing something that is pretty much really very few people are even trying to do. And I really appreciate the fact that I didn't head this up. They brought this to my attention. So I'm like, oh, thank you. That's where I think it's awesome that, this isn't just a me thing. It's like it's a body of people coming together with one cause. So I really appreciate that. Advent Flame is saying that he recently built a Hackintosh and still trying to get the GPU working properly, but it is awesome. Congrats. I still got mine in the box right here because the Radeon 7 that I had is in my streaming system. If I can find a new GPU, I would get back to my Hackintosh, but I would probably have to rebuild it because it's been missing a whole bunch of updates since then. Daniel, he said, I'll be emailing you today with my number so we can set something up. Well, Daniel, you'll probably want to email D about that, but we'll get back to that. I'll probably forward it to her when you send it to me, but I appreciate it. T-Pocket, do you specialize in security cams as well? If so, could you guide me as well as how to control and watch live? Not that I really do them. I'm not licensed for certain stuff. Like I can't install something in like prisons and stuff like that because I don't have that license, that certification yet. This is more like for residential and churches. I personally use the Unify stuff because it's just simple. It plugs and plays, and as well it goes with the suite of the network, the access points, and things like that. And it gives you some good access. So can I show it? I don't want to jump the gun and get myself in trouble. But let me show y'all, for anybody who's been watching the install at Community Independent Methodist. And we actually, people are there right now. Man, I wish I had known. I would have been there to help them out. So if I cut over here to show you, this is what it looks like, the interface. So I can see all the stuff that's going on. I gotta tilt this camera here because it's needs to be leveled out. This is the one that's going to go in the sanctuary, that's sitting on top of the network rack that has not been installed. But yeah, everything is good and really excited about it. So Mr. William is in there right now because that's his truck. So he's probably doing some other cabling, routing around the cables to the PTZ cameras, because the only thing we really got left is hanging the access point and the last security camera. So I'm excited about that. But it's really straightforward. And this is a part of the Unify system, because if I come over here and go to the network, see, I can get access to everything that's here. That's the switch that's off because that's in the media booth. It's off by purpose. And then we can see everything that's connected right now, and we can see traffic, all this other stuff. But I like these because all of my systems are like that. So here's my home church, the same way. Need to see if anybody's there. We don't have security cameras there, but I like the Unify network because it unifies everything. So we got all of the stuff that's there, all our access points throughout the building. I can see who's there. So I think that is my adopted mom is in there right now. She's a part of the floral ministry, so most likely decorating in there. I'm trying to get my church to get the Unified Talk, so I'm playing around with their phone, and this device will not update for some reason. So I'm playing around with them, trying to convince them to move over to voice over IP. So it has a whole bunch of stuff. It has door access, so they can control doors and all this other stuff. Here's my personal, here's Greater Works, here's my mom's, here's Lebanon, here's Chapman Grove. So it's a bunch of them. So it's really cool. And that was because of the phone that I hit. That just crashed on me, or the webpage did. Back to T-Pocket wants to know, what's the difference between the Stream Deck and the ATEM? The Stream Deck is just that programmable button interface that you can have it programmed to do anything. That's what this is. That's the Stream Deck that interacts with different programs. The ATEM is the actual video switcher that has all my cameras connected to it, like this one, my computers, everything. That's the difference. So Daniel, hopefully me just talking about that explained everything about Unify, but they do a lot of stuff. They're commercial grade stuff, but at residential prices. They do a lot of things. Like they do all their network stuff, unified controls, everything like that. This is the same product that I used to beam internet into the press box at the football game, because there is no wired network there. So they do Wi-Fi, the access points that I've done that you can expand throughout the building. They do network switching, intelligent switches that you can control, security cameras, like I said, ones I've installed, NVRs, phone systems, door access. And then they also do, like, you can set up your own ISP for other people. I've seen other people do that. They get a big pipe of internet at their house, and then they set this up as a business package, and then they serve that internet out wirelessly to other houses and neighborhoods. And because you can put little antennas to beam, because some of the stuff I've got, I mean, it's like $40. I can beam the internet 5 miles away as long as you have line of sight. So they have a lot of products, and gives you a whole lot of power. I think like access points start at like $99, but Cisco equivalent are like $399. So yeah, very cost effective and really good. T-Pocket, you want to know how much would you charge? How much do I charge to build a PC? It depends. If you want me to build a streaming PC for somebody with shipping, it's $1,075, and that's mainly because of trying to get the parts. And it all depends where it's shipping to. If it's anywhere in the continental United States, it's $75. Anything other than that, I need to see when shipping ranges are. All right, and Mr. Chuck Taylor, yes, Samsung rules, yeah, they do, but hey, there are other stuff out there too. Yes, we do. Yes, they do. As for the other ministries involved, I'm not 100% sure. I believe they do. Most of the ones I've dealt with, they do. So yeah. So most of it is really just enhancing for more long-term type stuff. So back to Lenny. Can't thank you enough for your help. Would like to see an updated video of your setup, like you mentioned earlier. Also, would like to see your take on Touch Portal as an option? Yeah, I need to get one of the Touch Portals. I'm kind of limiting what new stuff I'm getting unless I really need it. So again, the camera was out of necessity for the projects that we're doing, as well as I don't want to destroy this camera that I'm using because I keep disconnecting it. So I need something stationary, so I can go back to maybe using my pocket cinema camera for my main shot that I normally have here, and then all the other ones. So hopefully the other thing with the Blackmagic Micro camera is hopefully I can control that over the ATEM too, so I can start doing some white balance and coloring and all this other stuff, which I need to learn as well too. Shane and Hannah, hello. Back to Mike. A lot of people are starting to have in-person services again. What are your thoughts on how we can continue ministering effectively to both people online and in person? Sure. I'm actually helping Spring Creek Baptist. They've hired me to help them with this hybrid service. And the simplest thing is don't go backwards. Whatever you've done with your live stream, keep that going. Don't just stop because people are coming back, because yes, you can minister to the people who are coming back in place, but a lot of our ministries have experienced so much growth and reach the way really the church is meant, the body of Christ is meant to reach other people, to go to the highways and hedges, to go to the highways and hedges, not sit still in one building and expect everybody to come to us. That I think that the online live streaming is the true missionary work that a lot of our ministries have not been doing. So the main thing is don't slow down. If it needs more resources, put more resources in it. Don't just forsake it. Just like if you had a leaky roof in your church building, you would fix it. You put the money into it to fix it and to maintain it. That's the same thing that needs to be done with your live stream. I did a video a long time ago talking about your church don't need to live stream if you're not going to do this, as in you're not going to treat it like a real ministry. That is still in effect. Just because COVID is over and people are going back to the way it normally is, that does not mean that you go backwards. We have grown so much in this situation. Don't undo what you've done. That's the main point of no matter what I say from a technical standpoint. Actually, Mike educated me as well too. Touch Portal is just software that is installed on any tablet. It's not dedicated hardware. Awesome. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I thought it was, I was thinking it was this box I think I saw. I might be mixing them up with something, but I will look into that. Streets of Destiny. I open an internet video, for example, Facebook, trying to bring the audio into OBS on Mac. I have tried VB audio cable, but have to set computer audio to VB cable. Need a little bit more info on that. So like if you're trying to bring in video that's being played from your computer, and the Mac is kind of unique. You have to do some type of setting to get the audio. But like on PC, that's where you have to capture the desktop audio to bring that in if you're playing a video through an internet browser. But you have to be very careful with that because it will capture everything. That's when you'll get echoes. You will get all this other stuff if you do not route it properly. So like at my church, I kill all the audio for everything, all system sounds, everything, and I only capture browser audio. So in the mixer, I have everything muted except for browser audio. That way it doesn't carry over anything, but I mean, it's doable. Again, this is why I need to find an equivalent AMD graphics card to rebuild, stand back up my Hackintosh so that I can do more stuff like this and have better examples to show exactly how to do it. Stephen Hawkins, hello from New Jersey. I'm supposed to be going back up there sometime soon. Let's see. I think we're caught up to where we're at right now. So let's take a quick little break and let's see what Mr. Josh has sent us for our memes of the week. All right, so let's cut over here and let's see what Josh has got us here. So our number one here. And this is so true. Pastors and in 2010, Facebook is the devil. You don't need it. Now 2020. Oh, it's follow us on our live stream. All right, our next meme here, vocals in the sanctuary. Vocals on the live stream. All right, and our last one here, the list of people volunteering for the media ministry. Yeah. Now, I have the opposite of one. You need that big stack of book for the one for the people who always have an opinion on how the media ministry should work, but are not volunteers. That's always a massive one as well, too. All right, back to Mike here saying, when I start working on a touch portal, I can check out an ATEM extension that he wrote that lets you switch the sources in the program bus. Awesome, awesome. Back to Reverend AJ. What's a good in-ear monitor is not very expensive? Well, it all depends. It's kind of hard for me to say because I'm trying to convince people to get in-ear monitors as well too. But for my in-ear monitors, I want to completely undo and redo our sound system to a true digital mixer board. That way we can drop the cost, because the Behringer in-ear monitors are going for, like, with the mixers and everything, personal mixers are like $200 to $250 each. The rolling ones that they got us on that they installed when they built our sanctuary are like $800 a person, which is ridiculous. I want to move them from that, so it's kind of hard for me to say because I don't have any experience with that, but I will see what I can do. Dean Home from Arlington, Virginia. Hey, my sister used to live there. Awesome. That's right up the road. Back to T-Pocket. Do you wish you could play and do media at the same time? Because you know a lot about media, but you also like to play, and I'm very much in the same way. Yeah, but honestly, and if there's anybody on my church from here, this might be a surprise to them as well too. I'm actually stepping down again from all of my music stuff because I'm just in the direction of where this is going and the impact of me being able to help. I love playing music. I really do. I've been doing it ever since I was 6 years old, but the call God has actually had me to do is in this season I had to go back to music. But at this point, I'm actually stepping down from the music stuff because the ability to help other ministries with media to truly evangelize and do missionary work is a bigger calling. Like one of my friends, Jay Kyle, he just released a book and he's kind of in the same situation. He's a minister, he's a new author, and he's the minister of music at his church. He's having to let go to the next phase of his journey that God has him on. And that's kind of where I feel I'm at. I feel some type of way about it. I'm not losing the ability to play, but I know it's about this time. I don't like making a move unless I feel that God is telling me to. And I think we're really at that time now for me to step away from music, have somebody else take on the roles and responsibilities that I was doing, and then go out and help other ministries in this level. So, it's, bittersweet, but hey, we're moving onward and upward. So appreciate that. Dean wants to know, have I looked into the new updates of OBS 27 and Stream Deck 5? Yes, I'm actually using Stream Deck 5 now. Some of those things I'm actually using. I want to link it to IFTTT, play around with that. For those who don't know what that is, that's if this, then that type of programming so you can control different things, which is going to get me closer to that light bar stuff that I was talking about, with the light bar that changes colors when the stream is at a certain speed. In OBS 27, I've been using it since beta, and I'm playing around with it, liking it so far. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more. This is our second Sunday with it, and no one has freaked out in the media booth because most of my people in the media booth, they don't understand about OBS version 26, 28 and a half, nothing like that. To them, it's like I just press the button on the Stream Deck and it works. So going in depth with other stuff, I need to break that down as well too, but it's going good so far. Daniel has the classic question, which is better, OBS or vMix? It's subjective. It all depends. I use both. I like vMix for all these graphics and stuff like this that are built in. OBS, I like it for simplicity, and it doesn't cost anything. It's all a balance. Dean, email me about something like that, and we'll talk offline about that. Biowali, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. How to set timings for lower third animation. I want lower third to come after certain intervals automatically. You don't share that in your video. Yeah, I didn't share it because I didn't know the exact timing myself with that. I'm gonna have to revisit that itself. There is a time on how long it takes for it to loop back. I noticed that after the fact, but I will revisit that. Back to Steven. Our church just got the HuddleCam 3 Gen PTZ controller for our 3 PTZ cameras. I watched your latest video you made about our cameras, but our cameras are not networked. I'm having trouble setting up the controller. Okay, what you need to do with the controller, if you have them, it's not that they have to be networked, but they do need to be daisy chained together for you to control them through that controller. So you need to have the RS-232 in and out linking to each camera, with one end ultimately being connected to your joystick. And each camera has to have a different ID that you can set directly with the remote. If you don't have it linked to anything, you're not going to be able to control it. It doesn't work over the network like that. But give me some more detail. Do you have the RS-232s connected to each one? And then we can go deeper down that path for that. Back to T-Pocket on reference to trying to upgrade our sound system. You can go with the Behringer's or Midas, but it's good that you go with a digital board because of the auxes and outputs and being able to control your own volume, and you can go from a Zoom with the Zoom mixer. Exactly agree. What I want to do is get a true digital board so I can, the one thing I have a lot of people ask me about and we don't have at our church is a separate live stream mix. We just take the exact same mix that's coming into the house, which is not ideal because it's not as good as all the sound bouncing off the walls of being absorbed by the body. They're not representative of what it really should sound like, but our current board cannot do that. So there's a bunch of things, but mainly it's trying to sell it on the people who don't understand the audio, how important it is. Also, I got y'all's question. You do not have to post it 3, 4, and 5 times. I got you. I'm normally answering all the comments. I'm behind based off of what y'all are answering. So for anybody who hasn't been on the stream, I'm not ignoring you. I'm working my way through them. That's what I was waiting for. Hold on. Thank you. Yay, and just like that, I think this is it. I get back to your question. So we're going to have a live unboxing here. Let's see what this one is. Yep, it is. It's the Black Magic Micro Cinema Camera. Yay. So I already have a lens on my Pocket Cinema camera. So I'm going to take that and put this one in this one just to see what it's like. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Can we turn this camera on? So maybe we can do an unboxing at the same time. Let me turn my shotgun mic on. Let's see. I can't do it because I don't have the cable for my shotgun. Oh well, we'll be coming back to that later. Let's go back to the comment. Oh, I already answered that. Streets of Destiny. Be sure to create a video when you set up a digital mixer. Does it require a special snake? Normally it's a digital snake. At least that's what it was when I installed at 5th Street, because I did a X32 compact there, which works very well. And I'm sorry, this is an old camera. Normally they have a 4K version, but I didn't need that for my type of setup here. Excuse me, just burped. How do you add each camera without using a computer? It's all in a remote. If you're talking about your PTZs, as long as they're daisy chained through a RS-232, you can just go to the remote, go down to the communications window, menu, and then change the ID. You can do it all through the remote. Daniel was saying, definitely have to watch the replay. Missing a lot. Don't worry about it. Jinx. Last 2 weeks, our live stream video on Facebook and YouTube has been staggering and stuttering and jumpy. We've changed nothing in our setup. Upload speed is good. Any idea? Restream? Because you're not the only one. I've seen so many people have the same issue. I think it's something on Restream side, or it could be something on the other end. That's the only thing I can think. This is not the unboxing I really want to do. This is not the unboxing that people deserve. But let's see if we can do it real quick. I got another mic here. Maybe we can hook up the Rode that I haven't used like this in a minute. So let's turn this on. All right, the Rode here is on, and I need the receiver. All right, here's my receiver, and where's my super suit? All right, there it is. All right, let me put my headphones on so I can make sure I can hear. Testing. All right, how does that sound? I am going straight through this. So let's see what this camera looks like. You see my T over here. So in here, we got the typical, I think this comes with another copy of DaVinci Resolve. I hope it does. We got a battery. We got a power cable, which is up under there. We got our classic power adapters here. And we got the actual camera. Look how tiny this thing is. And it's very light. So that's cool. So like I said, because it has a quarter thread right here, and it has ones on the bottom, I'm going to mount it like this, so that way I don't have to flip the image. So the image that you're seeing right now should really be turned around, but that's how I'm going to use this. We have this other adapter here. Oops. Oh, it's has a little tie wrap here. Come on now. Man, how many twists did they put on this thing? All right, so we got the power so that I don't have to run it off a battery. And of course, we're adding to our collection of stickers. I'll just show you how many of these Blackmagic stickers that I have. And for those who keep asking, yeah, I would love for Blackmagic to sponsor me, but they just haven't. So it doesn't matter. They make good stuff. So this is a breakout cable that gives you a lot of functionality, because this can be hooked up to a drone. So you got reference in. This is for a servo controller, so you can hook it up to a big drone or maybe a RC car. You have power in. This is what is going to go to this side. Right there. What else we got? We got, that's light control, which gives you the power to turn on and off. Here. S-bus. That's a servo bus. Another servo, and component video out. So that's what we got so far. Really straightforward. Now, this does not have autofocus or none of that stuff. This is a more professional camera that you really got to do some connections and stuff like that, and There is no autofocus or nothing like that. Oh, also here is a USB port right there, old school. If you want to do some type of firmware updates there. SD card slot right there, mic in on the side, battery placement, all that good stuff there. This battery up there. So I'm gonna hook this up here in a little bit. I'm not gonna do it right now, but this was the camera I was talking about. I was really thinking about doing this as a static shot camera, but it's about double the price of what a traditional camera would be. Let me switch back to my regular mic. All right, I hope y'all were able to hear me well with this. Let me turn this off. Yeah, but I'll tell y'all this. Not promising anything right now, but we are taking care of some responsibilities, and the dream is we're going to get out of this apartment, get a 4-bedroom house with a 2-car garage, so it makes it easy for all these deliveries, have a in-home office, and then have a studio at the house. So I'm really excited about that. Me and my daughter are excited about getting some 2 Alaskan Huskies, 1 black, 1 brown, and it's going to be Goku and Chi-Chi are going to be the names, boy and girl. I'm so excited about that. But anyway, back to Dean. You made a video about the Smart AV PTZ. I wanted to know if you had an NDI version, and if so, did you try it with NDI? Now, excuse me, the ones that I had did not have NDI, but they do make some with NDI, and it works just, I mean, it just shows up as a source. Works very well. And try it with the NDI Tools Studio Monitor. I know it'll work because I'm using the Studio Monitor right now to watch this live stream. I mean, so I can see the interactions and stuff like that. So it will work because, I mean, it's NDI. So hopefully that helps. Steven, I hooked up the cameras with the Marshall adapters and Cat 6 cable. I'm having trouble adding each camera. All right, what you're going to have to do is go to each camera individually, maybe hook up an HDMI monitor to it, so it's local, so you can see the controls and switch it to make sure each one has a different camera ID, make sure it has serial on, I believe, to pass the signal to each camera, and make sure that the baud rate is 9600, I believe, and make sure your remote also is set to Visca for each single camera ID that's on there, and hopefully that should work for you. Back to T-Pocket. If you get the popular digital mixers, it would be ideal if you get the same branded snakes because you can connect. Completely true. The one thing I did see with the Behringers, a lot of them are out of stock, so I didn't know if they were getting ready to do something new. But hopefully at NAB, I'll see if they have some new broadcast equipment for audio and video. Hope so. I've never been there. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also excited about going on the Tesla Boring Company's tunnel under Las Vegas, because that just opened, so I'm excited about that as well too. See, Daniel, I'm gonna put this comment up here because that's funny. Side note: God speaks of fruit, not AI. Apple for life. All the Apple users, please stand up. Y'all funny. Dean saying he also has the Extreme ISO and looking for a mixer and mics for corporate events, but need to be budget friendly at the moment. Honestly, I gave this one away and it worked fine for me. It was the Yamaha 10 channel. I think it was like $250. And it worked great for me. I just ended up going to the road because I wanted some more functionality. because this one I don't want to be moving around. This stays here in my studio. But I think that Yamaha one works fine for me. Even I had at first the Behringer 5-channel. That's what I was using before, and it works great. Oh, sorry, my audio was low. It sounded loud to me. My apologies. And I was away from my computer, so I couldn't see y'all's comments. Sorry about that. Dean is also saying that he is making a case for the Extreme. I have a parts list. I can post a link for anyone who wants to build. Sure, Dean, put it there. I might have to authorize it because I think it hides links defaultly by YouTube, but post it, and I will okay it here in the chat. Dean, at this rate, we talked about this before. I think they're going to do it. They're going to do it sooner or later. You just got to expect they're going to have something like that. Yeah, so I think we're good, folks. Just don't forget, folks, if you haven't, since we're past 40,000, now the push, folks, is 50,000, because at 50,000, let's get rid of the chat. PTZ Optics is giving away a PTZ camera 20X, I think with NDI as well too, but you can enter that at grow.ajhomes.com/50K giveaway. I just want to thank you so much. To sit back and think that this time last year I hit 10,000, and to be at 40,000, I am beyond thankful. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. What else we got? Hey, I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for our patron sponsors. Thank you so much. They help every month, and I really, really appreciate it. And you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, where I do try and give as best discounts and opportunities for them as a thank you. I need to do some more, but that's why I'm bringing on some more people so that I can do that. Also, I want to thank the YouTube members for doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much. If I have new members on here, my apologies by not having y'all on here. Like I said, I've been running around. I haven't even done the last video of all the work that was done in Community Independent. That's going to be a compilation of 3 days. We hopefully have 1 day left. That'll be Tuesday. Because what we got to do is, like I said, the last access point in the sanctuary, we fixed the cable that was not working. Well, y'all didn't see that because I haven't done the video. The front PTZ wasn't working because I think we snagged the cable. So William pulled another cable up there. I made it halfway, and then I'm like, we got all the TVs hung. Looks beautiful. Excellent stuff. So literally the only thing we got to do is tweak one camera, hang the security camera in the front, hang the access point, and then clean up wire management, and we are done. And then I just got to train, and hey, we're excited about all of that. Said go play with the new Blackmagic camera. But yeah, thank y'all so much, folks. Again, if you have any other questions, please hit me up at questions@ajhomes.com. If you want any type of info from me or want to do a consultation, you can always hit me up at ajhomes.com/consultations. I need to find a way to slow that down in vMix. But let's do it again. AJ Homes. I need to pause it at the end. That's what I need to do on this one. So that's what I'll do. But anyway, hit me up that way. If you haven't, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. That way you don't miss out on anything. I don't know. I know Sunday kind of messed up. So we were supposed to have our roundtable. If you're on the Facebook group, please look out. I may do a roundtable this Sunday to make up for last week. Not sure yet. So be on the Facebook group. I will announce that. We're going to be running around. I got something to do here at 3 o'clock to help another church down the street that I was supposed to catch up with Sunday. But like I said, Sundays, all those things got kind of thrown off from that. But again, thank y'all so much. Don't forget, if you haven't, register for the E-Missionary Conference. July 24th and 31st is coming up soon. It's only $75, folks, and you'll have access to great information from over 30 instructors from different media ministries from all over the world, and you can access that for the entire year to help grow your media ministry. It's like giving a platform for other people to accent their gifts and what they know, because I don't know everything. And there are tons of people in this conference or on this live stream that are teaching. The Chuck Taylor is on here, is going to be teaching. Anthony is going to be teaching. Josh is going to be teaching. Francisco is going to be teaching. We got classes from grant writing for your ministry. Oh, that's the other video that I need to do. I'm going to do later today, is how to get some people to run your media ministry if you're short-staffed. Here's some good ideas. I'm going to do that. And yeah, so I think that's enough. Thank you so much. And if nobody has ever told you, thank you for all that you're doing for your local ministry and your body of Christ. I might not attend your church, but you are part of the body, and that's what we all are. The toe doesn't need to be the heart. The heart doesn't need to be the arm. We all work together. We don't compete with each other. And I hope the videos that I put on here help for me to share the little bit that I know to help make your journey easier, to where you can reach more people in media ministry, because that is the goal of eMissionaries, is to share the message using technology in any way possible. I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, night, weekend, Saturday service, Sunday service, whatever service it is. I hope y'all have a great one, folks. Love y'all, and we will see y'all on the next video later.